Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 23rd. We are going to jump right in here, Libra. You have this Unfinished Symphony card and this Co-Create card. I am getting that if you do have anything that is not finished, like a project or an idea or a business, I do feel that, kind of like co-creating with another person could really help you out, or could really get things going and moving forward for you, and it could help you complete the project. So, I do feel for some of you that there could be like a person that you probably know that could really help you wrap things up, especially if you're working on a project. Other than that, you start with the Devil, the Fool, and the Four of Pentacles. The Devil can just represent removing anything that is toxic in your life, and this could be anything. We've been in Virgo season, and Virgo season is all about kind of healing after difficulties, or kind of like healing things in your life or watching your health. So I think it would be a great time, even though we're leaving Virgo season, and I would still say that I think it could still be a good time to remove anything that is stealing your energy. The Devil is all about, I just look at it as an energy vampire, which doesn't even have to be a person. It can be a person, place, or a thing that is stealing your energy, and I would just keep an eye on that. You have the Fool. The Fool says it's time for a fresh start. It's time to take a leap of faith towards something new. And a lot of you, I feel, could be starting, new beginnings or new journeys. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Magician pointing to the Judgment card as well. The Magician I look at as a card of needing to get started on something new, and the Judgment card is about like starting, waking up to something new. And so a lot of you are clearly going to be starting new beginnings or new journeys at this time. And I feel like there's something like tugging at you as well. There's this dog here. I almost never pay attention to the dog on the Fool. But the Fool is, the dog is nipping at his heels and, trying to get him to get started on the journey. There's actually several ways to read the dog, but, in your situation, I feel like something is tugging on you, or something is like trying to get your attention. You have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is like a stuck energy. And again, with that Co-Create card and the Unfinished Symphony card, I feel that there could be a person who could really help you kind of like move something forward. It's like sometimes in life, we just get stuck. Like, a perfect example is like my mother had to beg me to hire someone to run my social media because I wasn't doing it. Like, I'm talking about, obviously I do YouTube, but, my Instagram and, all that other stuff. And I finally did it, and it's like, and it's growing more than it ever has. And it's like been so much easier because I don't have to focus on it for the most part. Obviously I have to create the content for it, but I don't have to deal with all the stuff that's going on with it, right? It's just too much for me. And it's like the best thing I ever did. So that's kind of like the feeling that I'm getting here. I'm not saying that you have to like hire a person, but what I am saying is I feel that there could be something that you're like a little bit stuck on, or something is stuck. Like, before I hired someone, my Instagram was nothing. It wasn't growing or anything like that. So, again, it made my life a lot easier. And that's kind of what I get here with the Four of Pentacles, is that, there could be some information or guidance or help that is coming in for you that could help you like finish something up or get something going. With the Devil, you have the Five of Pentacles. What I'm getting here as well is like, I would be careful if there's something that's not giving to you. I always tell people, like, I think in relationships especially, if you give to a person, it's proven scientifically that you automatically value that person more because you gave to them. And so, I think one of the problems with relationships and being stuck in toxic relationships is it's like we give to the person, and I think as spiritual people, right, I think we give more because that's what we think we need to do to make the person love us or whatever. And so by giving and giving and giving, eventually, it's kind of like sunk cost fallacy. Eventually you've given so much that you're stuck in something where the person isn't giving back to you. And this is not just love either. It could be any type of relationship. And so I feel like the Five of Pentacles is saying look out for that, or if you're in something like that, just know that giving more isn't going to make it better, right? With the Fool, you have these Seven of Wands. I definitely feel this for Libra, that a lot of you are doing things where you are kind of doing things more on your own. And again, that does not mean you're not working with other people. What I mean by that is I kind of feel like you're on your own journey. And people can, of course, come along and help you and guide you on that journey as long as they're being supportive. Seven of Wands is all about putting up boundaries. If someone isn't willing to meet the standard that you're setting for something, then they don't belong in your life, or they don't deserve a bunch of your time. I look at the Seven Wands as saying, like, this is what I'm willing to accept in my life, and everything below this is not allowed in my life. So if things meet the standard, people, places, and things meet that standard, then I will exchange energy with those things. But if not, then I won't. And that's what I feel like you're doing here, Libra, is like you're putting up these boundaries in a good way. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's definitely time to look for something new. Four of Pentacles is holding on too tightly to the past. The Knight of Wands is all about like adventure. You end with the Knight of Wands as well. And so the Knight of Wands is about being spontaneous, looking for new opportunities, things like that. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Commit card and this Inspire card. I feel like you need to commit to a new inspiration. Both of these cards, it kind of looks like the Ace of Pentacles, right? The suns that are on this card. And you have the Ace of Pentacles in this row. So I feel like you need to commit to something new that has a lot of potential, and that could be very inspiring to you as well. You have the Knight of Wands twice in the reading. And, I always say that I believe we're entering into a time of inspiration where, our guidance should be what is inspiring us or making us excited or bringing in a better flow of energy into our lives. You have the Emperor, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. The Emperor is, of course, about taking action. I think that this right here, Emperor, Magician to the Judgment card, would be about taking action on your purpose or whatever you think your purpose is in your life. The Emperor also has this armor on underneath his cloak. And the armor on underneath his cloak represents the fact that he is ready to go to battle at a moment's notice, whenever he needs to. And right after it, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles could be an opportunity. So whenever I have like the Emperor to an Ace or something like that, it just says to me that you need to be ready and prepared for an opportunity that is going to present itself. This is definitely a new opportunity as well with the Magician here. But I feel that you could be receiving an opportunity that is going to lead to a lot of success. I kind of feel the Two of Swords is saying, like, don't question it. Sometimes we ask for something and then we get it and then we question it. And I feel like that Two of Swords is saying, yes, you might be receiving an opportunity that is taking your life in a new direction, but it is the correct direction. So, don't question any good opportunities that come your way. You have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords, she only has clouds halfway up her body, and it represents the fact that she is finally seeing things clearly for the first time. So I feel a lot of you could be gaining a lot of clarity, or you could be gaining insights on things that you need to work on or do in your life. And again, I do feel like the Queen of Swords could also just be you showing up in this reading. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from the reading. With the Emperor, you have the Queen of Wands. A little bit of love here. Like, if you want love, not really love reading, but I do feel that some of you could be attracting like a divine counterpart. The Queen of Wands says you're very attractive at this time, so if you want love, I would put yourself out there. She's the card of seduction. The more important thing here is that she moves towards the sun. And, we had the sun basically twice on these two cards here. It says commit and inspire. She has this sunflower, and the sunflower points towards the sun. So I feel for a lot of you that you need to commit to doing things that inspire you, or doing something that could be inspirational, whatever it is. I didn't want to do that. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups. Yeah, like I said, there's a little bit of love here. So if you want love, could be a new love offer. Could be a fire sign or another air sign. Fire and air really stand out to me in your reading. Could be any sign, general reading, but I do feel there could be a new love offer. If you don't want love, and even if you do, the Page of Cups, he has this fish that's in the cup right here. And I always say that fish might not exist. That fish might be part of his imagination. We don't actually know. And I always say that the Page of Cups can represent, kind of grabbing onto a dream and bringing it down to earth. So if you are getting an opportunity that is like a dream opportunity, I would take it. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands. Yes, I knew that there was going to be an ace in this reading. Or another ace. I should have said it. But Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new, and it is the card of following your inspiration. And you have this Inspire card. So there could be an opportunity or a thing, some sort of thing that pops up this week that is very inspiring, and it's probably going to take your life in a new direction with the Two of Swords, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I would grab onto it, whatever it is. Again, sometimes I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, I kind of feel that some of you maybe have been working on something. Like imagine if I was working on this YouTube channel and, I had been working on it for a couple of years, but it really wasn't working. And then I got an opportunity to start a new channel doing something else. Like that's a feeling I get here, where it's almost like you've been doing something for a while and you're getting another opportunity to kind of like do something similar, but different. And if that happens for you, then I feel it'll be very valuable for you and probably a much better opportunity. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Cassowary. It says resolute warrior spirit and defense. You have this Komodo dragon. It says ferocity, survival instinct, and revolutionary change. So yes, definitely a revolutionary change. I'm telling you right now, I think a lot of you over the next 6 months or so, it might not even happen right now, but over the next 6 months, you could get an opportunity that takes you in a totally different direction. I feel like you need to be like a warrior, like the Emperor. You just need to go for it, whatever it is. Because right now, you have this Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking. She has this new island behind her, and that new island, I always say, this is my card of third place solutions. Like she is thinking this or that, but she actually has a new opportunity behind her to do things in a different way. But she has to put her swords down, and she has to take her blindfold off to see this new opportunity. So sometimes I feel that the Two of Swords can be a third option, something that you haven't been thinking about or you don't know about. And again, I'm not trying to be mysterious here, but if you get some sort of random work opportunity, business opportunity, or if you get some sort of crazy idea from a dream, the Two of Swords would say, it might be worth it to try it and see what happens, even though you don't know what's going to happen if you move in this other direction. But I see some of you making a big change here. You have the Magician. Probably something you attracted. The Magician says you have a lot of talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. So don't doubt your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. If you get an opportunity and you're thinking to yourself oh, I can't do this, or I don't have the talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, I feel like the Magician is saying, yes, you absolutely do. I also feel the Magician is saying that you have attracted your purpose. So your purpose might be different than what you think it is. But I also feel that if you try something new or different, you're going to discover something that you really like. You have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups can represent having been disappointed by the opportunities that you've been receiving up until this point. He's receiving a new opportunity, a new cup right here, and I feel it would be worth it for you to accept any new opportunities into your life, and it probably won't be a disappointment like you have experienced in the past. Even this way, this could say that you've dealt with toxic connections in the past, but you have learned from those things, and now you're getting a new offer here with the Page of Cups. So if you want love, this could be a new person who is very giving, but just make sure you don't repeat the past mistakes. With the Two of Swords, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is marriage. So again, if there's a new person coming in here, we even have the Knight of Wands over here. This could be a very good person for you. The Two of Swords could just say that you aren't really seeing it yet. And which, again, there's no rush, right? But what I would say is if you are talking to a person right now, or if you're dealing with a person, it's maybe you don't see the full potential yet. But again, that's usually how it goes. The other thing I would say is, again, if you're getting into something new, as long as you're not over giving, and as long as you're paying attention to whether the other person is giving or not, then I think you'll be fine. With the Magician, you have the Magician. So whenever a card repeats itself, it's basically just the universe saying I meant what I said. So for a lot of you, I feel your manifestation powers could be on point at this time, or you could be manifesting a lot in your life in general. With the Four of Cups, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands about taking the lead on something, and you can see here on the Two of Wands, he has a whole world in his hands. So the Two of Wands is all about getting out into the world, and the Two of Wands is also about leaving a comfort zone. So I think for a lot of you, leaving a comfort zone or getting out into the world would be a good idea. He's standing where he has always been. in kind of like the challenge with the Two of Wands is that he thinks there is nothing more for him to experience. He thinks he has experienced everything there is to experience, but really if he got out into the world, he would see that there's another way of doing things, or there are other ways of doing things. So I kind of feel this Two of Wands is saying it's time for you to get out into the world and, go have new experiences, go do new stuff. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this bat. Spirit says a rebirth is assured. You have the Judgment card, which basically says the same thing. You have this porcupine. Spirit says time for a beginner mind. Yes, I think you are doing something completely different with your life, or you're about to experience like a major change, and you're about to do something that you've never thought you would do in your life. So again, I'm not trying to be mysterious here, but obviously you're all different people and you're all going to be doing different things. But let's say you thought you were going to have your job for like the next 20 years. It's like maybe over the next 6 months you decide to make a big change and do something different. Or again, it looks like some of you could be getting a big opportunity to do something from like a person, and it could cause this rebirth, and it might be very different than what you thought you would be doing. The Knight of Wands just says, be willing to be spontaneous. The Knight of Wands is very spontaneous. He is willing to go with the flow. I always say that he is like the true builder in the tarot. If he doesn't know how to do something, he will build it, and he will figure it out as he goes. So I feel that for a lot of you. I also feel this could be like a new fire sign that's coming in for you. So for those of you that want love, definitely could be a new person. You have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, something rushing in. And also, the Knight of Swords and the good stuff would be a quick change. So there could be a very rapid, quick change coming in for you in your life, or in, your work or business, or, whatever the case may be. And so this does look like a change that will happen quickly. And again, I am getting that this is like an eclipse thing, so it could happen over the next 6 months. And I know that doesn't sound quick, but it really is. And also, I think like when you make the change, even if it's 6 months from now, it's like the change will happen quickly when it happens. So that's what I'm getting off that Knight of Swords. You have the Judgment card. Again, judgment is about waking up to your purpose. These people are rising up out of these coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. And so they are stepping into a new life. They are, kind of being called to do something different. And the whole entire reading basically says the same thing. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is this or that thinking. Again, I wouldn't even bother with this or that thinking because how you think something is going to go, it's probably not. The other thing is that the Two of Pentacles in the good stuff can represent a settlement. I have a couple cards in the tarot that I call clue cards, and the Two of Pentacles can, to me, sometimes represent a settlement or receiving a settlement. That could be a legal settlement, but it could also be like a karmic settlement. So if you are owed karma from the universe, that's what you could be getting here. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Emperor. Yep, if you want love, there is definitely a person rushing in. It's probably a person you attracted into your life. It could be any sign, but the Emperor is just like a divine counterpart that you're attracting. So that looks good. With the Judgment card, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords and the good stuff would say that you are ending a cycle. We kind of said that at the beginning of the reading as well, that with that Devil, it kind of looked like to me that you are ending a toxic cycle, or you're ending a cycle that has just been going round and round and round for too long, right? You have this dog close up. It says pleasure with a close friend. It seems to be a great week for socializing. Everybody for the mid-monthly readings had something about socializing. And I think socializing is great for getting answers, because usually if we're socializing with people that we enjoy, we're not like thinking about our problems. It's like when you socialize and you have a good time, you kind of get out of your head and you stop worrying about things. And that's always when the answers come in to the problems, challenges, whatever we're dealing with. So I like it. You have this Woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a woman. You have this Chair empty. It says someone is leaving your life. Could be this toxic person as well. Not only do I feel an energy could be leaving your life, but I feel that a new energy is entering just as quickly. For some of you, I feel like if you had a Devil person, I feel like you left them a while ago. But this could kind of say that you're finally clearing out the energy. So, you could be finally getting to the point where the energy is moving on, if that makes sense. Even if you have moved on, it's like sometimes the energy can still hang around, and I feel like you're walking away. You have this cane card. It says pay attention to your health. Yeah, I feel like everybody for like the next 3 years needs to pay attention to their health. So I don't know, pay attention to your health, right? You have this rooster. It says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. I would be careful of the devil energy. Again, if you have a devil in your life, I would put up boundaries, avoid that person, don't talk to that person, all that other good stuff. You have this torch card that says spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. This is probably something that you've been working on for a long time. I feel that you are entering into this more spiritual time. That's probably why you are open to like a random opportunity that could be coming in for you, because you're kind of more willing to see where you're being led instead of like trying to force things to happen. And that's really what I get from this reading is, again, like I feel there's a change that you're not necessarily expecting. Or maybe it's a path that you're going to be accepting into your life that you're not necessarily accepting, but it looks really, really good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.